Hi, my name is Orrin Redwood, and today I'm talking about the Critique of Pure Reasoning, written by Immanuel Kant. Specifically, my section I'm dealing with is the exposition of the conception of time, and temporal things like that. He begins the section by saying, "Here I shall add that the conception of change, and with the conception of motion as change of place, is possible only through and in representation of time." Though it was worded a little bit differently than we would interpret today, Kant is trying to say that without time, we couldn't attribute objects to certain things, as well as kind of vice versa. That without the things and the objects and things like that, then there's no representation of time. It's a complex thought, but when you really break it down, it makes sense when relating to time and different things like that. He says the concept is an internal thought or an a priori concept that we have, which is basically just internal thought. So this is something internally that we have essentially created. We essentially have created time, seconds, and things like that. So it's really an internal thing that we understand, as we said in class, and have been given different examples that animals, unlike humans, don't give attribute things to time and things like that. That's why they're also deemed as inferior. Moving on. He says later that our conception of time explains the possibility of so much synthetical knowledge. This is kind of going back to his original statement saying how important time was, and without a change of place and different things like that, there would be no representation of time. So he's kind of continuing on this road by saying, without our conception of time, then we wouldn't have the explanations of so much of our synthetical knowledge and things that we understand in our world today. In his conclusions of the section, there's three things that really made his case and kind of he expounded upon a little bit further, but really brought his argument together. Was that time is not something which subsists of itself. Also, time is nothing else than the form of internal sense, as we can see in the earlier passage where he said that it was an internal thought about time that we have, and that's our concept, basically. The last one is also, time is the formal condition a priori of phenomena whatsoever. So anything related to that is really worried about time or involved in time. This is kind of just a brief rundown of his views on time, not just in this section, but all throughout his the Critique of Pure Reasoning. He interweaves these concepts of time and temporal things and how we relate to them and different things, objects in our life. And so it's a really good representation of it. And the further we go on, the more we'll know about time and space and different things like that. But it was revolutionary for his time period. Thank you.